Jared Carson, former player of the Nighthawks and alumni from 1993 to 1997. Also proud member of the first Cyclone Taylor Championship team in Beaver Valley. You're listening to Hawk Talk with hosts and alumni Ross Simner, Jake Morissette, and Connor Jones. Enjoy the show, folks.
What's up, everybody? Hawk Talk here, special summer edition, alumni get together. We have lots of things going on. Episode 10, and I'm running a little bit late today, fellas, because I don't know if you've got into this puck doku craze of the grid. It's like your Sudoku puzzle for hockey. Each day there's a new one that comes out, and I'm stuck on my last one, boys. I need a player that played for San Jose Sharks and York Islanders. If you haven't seen it yet, you got to check it out. And the lower percentage you get, the better.
Is this some kind of app that you started and you're trying to give an ad for, trying to get everyone to download?
You can't even see right now. I think it's because of my background. I'm still in teacher mode with a blurred background. So
the free shout out.
So there's my grid today. I got an Ally Frady in there. I got Mike Greer in there because San Jose, Washington. I got Toronto, 1,000 games played. I got Solomon in there. Now a lot of the young kids play this, right? So when we think of older players, your uniqueness level goes up. So during the show, if you think of a player that played for the Islanders and the Sharks, please just shout it out so I can fill in this. I've never got 9 for 9. So Connor, how you doing, buddy?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm back on the West Coast right now, so it's 8 a.m. I tell you what, I pretty much enjoy that extra few hours we get on the East Coast with that time.
I don't know if it's an extra few hours.
Yeah,
it's just a different time.
That way, college NCAA guy.
I don't know if Connor understands how time works.
Did you just
running 27-hour days over there?
Yeah. Connor just did some daylight savings in his own. Jake, how's it feel to have 5 extra hours than all of us over there?
Yeah, that's nice. You can do a little more in the day. You got 29 hours.
I mean, he's an RPI guy. He's a bit smart. He's probably figured it out. Get 5.5 hours, right? Quinnipiac kids only get 3 hours in.
You'd be surprised what I do with those hours too.
I know, right? Now it's pretty awesome. We have one of our long-standing and a big member of the behind-the-scenes, movement of the alumni group, and this is Mr. Mike the Hammer Morissette on episode 10, which is a decade.
Hey guys,
how's it going over there? You feeling a little tired with those -3 hours? You're used to it, probably.
Yeah, I'm used to it. I still manage to get everything I need to get done in 24 hours. It's okay.
Guy. You enjoying the summer?
Yeah, it's been great. Been lots of camping, lots of fishing. Fish Jake as usual when he was back here visiting.
No, absolutely not. I believe I caught more than you.
Well, if you count those minnows.
I was gonna say, the bait fish, Jake. Bait fish.
Yeah.
What's so we got obviously you've kept up to date with the podcast. There's been a few episodes, there's been a decent amount of talk about you. And I know you've been chomping at the bit to get on here and straighten write some of those stories, right the wrongs, I guess. And you're a guy that started off obviously with the Hawks. We have a very unique story of starting, and then still a big part of the Hawk family today. So give us a little rundown of how you got started with the Nighthawks.
Well, growing up in Fruitvale, the Nighthawks were kind of my NHL. I knew I wasn't going anywhere beyond junior B, so that was always the dream in Fruitvale. Grow up and play for your hometown team. So I played all my minor hockey through BV minor hockey, and then
first, I'm not letting my kids listen to this episode because they do think the Beaver Valley Nighthawks are the NHL, and I played in it. Yeah. Okay, so
yeah, don't burst that bubble, hey. Living right across from the rink, there was times where I'd go down to the rink and practice, and then a beer league team would be going on, and their goalie wouldn't show up, and I'd be on the ice 8-10 times a week type of thing. When I turned 16, of course, went and tried out for the Nighthawks for my first year, and got cut, and that turned into, well, I can either.
How was that walk home? By the way, was it a bit tough?
It was an easy one. Yeah, it's never disappointing. But my choices turned into, because there wasn't a midget rep team in Fruitvale that year, so I could go straight to beer league, play midget house, or or just pack up the pads. And so I was stuck playing midget house for the start of that year. And then out of nowhere, there was a whole goaltending shuffle. One of the Nighthawks goalies, Mike Kuznetsov, got called up to the Smoke Eaters. So then they were scrambling, looking for a second goalie about a week or two before playoffs. And that's when they called me up, and because I was on the host team, they had to go through this whole emergency goalie trying. Of course, Hank pulled a few strings as he was so good at, and
Hank pulled strings.
Yeah, managed to squeeze an extra card out of BC Hockey somehow, so that he could sign me because I wasn't the signed player that was AP'd.
Were you like on the end of your driveway with one of those sandwich board signs wearing like you're selling pizza? Like, I'm available, like holding the sign above your head. Hey guys, honk if you need a goalie.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so Hank drove by one time. I was like, oh, sweet. I probably forgot I had one eye.
Yeah.
So I went from playing midget house against Midway to playing in the KIJHL finals.
That's incredible. And then went on with Cyclone Taylor, right?
Yeah, on to Cyclone Taylor, of course, with Rocky. I did a lot of door opening in that one. And then in the Keystone, I think I managed to work my way into 2 games in there because that tournament's such a grind.
That's incredible.
So, yeah.
That's real. You touched on it a bit, Mike. You're kind of known as the one-eyed goalie to those that know you. It's kind of your bar trick, your at school trick, trying to bribe people. What was that like? Like, what was that? Because obviously that's a uniqueness about you and kind of part of your identity. And I know it kind of word got out throughout the league a little bit too when you were playing.
Actually, the funniest story, we're in that first year, we're playing Columbia Valley, which at the time was like the powerhouse of the league. And we go in there for a game. We won the first 2 games at home. We go in there and they beat us the first game in their barn. And then for some reason, second game, I can't remember what, I think Rocky was struggling a bit and I got tossed in for the was it the third period or halfway through the second or something like that. No gobstoppers in my pad that time. I got thrown game, in,
right? So,
and we have a miraculous comeback. But while I'm out there, these kids are hanging. The place is just a madhouse. It's packed to the rafters. These kids are hanging over the glass, screaming at me about having one eye and calling me Cyclops, F you Cyclops. Oh. It was just absolute insanity. It was back the Jungle Bee days, right? But I was like, what the hell is going on? How do these guys even know me?
I'm pretty sure it was Google back then, eh?
No, they couldn't Google me. You Google me now, you find all kinds.
But I think Columbia Valley, they got an extra hour in the day. They can find a few extra things out there. Right?
Yeah. That 25th hour really benefited their fans' research on me.
If any of these Columbia Valley guys, I know we're pretty big across the nation. So if you're streaming this out there in Columbia Valley, you want to write maybe a fan letter out there to Mike Morissette apologizing if you were 14 years old or 18 or whatever, hanging over the glass after a couple Coors banquets, yelling Cyclops to this guy. Ship it over to the BV Nighthawks address. He'll walk across the street and get that letter, okay? I think some apologies are needed.
Well, it turned out okay because we came back and won the game in overtime.
Hey, who's laughing now, hey?
That's unreal. Hey, Mike, I remember you telling me it's like playing goal with one eye. It's like shooting a gun, right? So you always got.
I believe I said that at the end of that stupid Road Hockey Rumble show that we were on. Yeah, it's easier. It's like shooting a gun. You always close one eye when you're shooting a gun, looking through a scope.
But in this one, the pucks are coming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're coming straight at you. You don't need depth perception to get in front of a puck.
So, Mike, was playing goal always something you wanted to do, or was like Jake just be like, "Hey, get in net, and, can you help me work on my goals?"
I was a late starter for hockey. I didn't start until my second year of senior novice, and the classic senior novice goalie rotation where everyone has to take a turn. But I took my turn and absolutely loved it. So anytime someone didn't want to, I don't want to do my turn in net right away, I'm like, I'll do it. So I jumped into playing. I loved it right from day one when I started playing. I figure that's why Jake had such a successful career. He always was shooting on such a solid quality goaltender practicing. Really, that's probably the only reason he actually even made it anywhere.
But he tells us all the time. It was pretty much that's why he goes top left a lot.
Like shooting on Chris Osgood every day. Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too good. I think now you kind of already took a shot at the fishing, although I did catch more and I caught bigger fish than when I was home, but we can talk about that off the air. But Rocky took a few shots at you, and I know you've been chomping at the bit to get back at him, but also to talk about your relationship with him. Because obviously you guys had a really good relationship, played a few years together, and I know there were some things you wanted to get into on that.
Oh yeah, Rocky and I had a great relationship. Like my first 3 years playing, it was Mike and Rocky, so we kind of had the net all locked up for Terry and Pat as coaches. It was like, oh well, Mike and Rocky are coming back. But we became best of friends. I was the best man in his wedding. He was the MC at mine. I had some loser as my best man. But yeah, no, we spent hours hanging out together. Pretty sure I had to tutor him to get him through some math classes that he was taking at Selkirk one of the years. That was tough. Probably why I became a teacher. I realized if I could teach him math, I could teach anyone math. Yeah, the fishing. Well, he's not wrong. I was always up ahead of you guys when I was fishing, but that was because I'd fish out an eddy. I'd catch 5, 6, 7 fish, and I'd know that eddy's spooked now. So I'd move on, and you guys would come trundling up the shore and try and fish, and not realize I've already been there for half an hour and caught them all, and just moved on to the next one.
Okay,
so
well,
you guys are there
It's
struggling.
a good thing Connor can edit this garbage out of here.
Oh god.
So you briefly mentioned it there, and I have no idea what this is. I think like you guys have this little Beaver Valley inside jokes, as they say, or where the hell you talking about JL Crow, I believe it is. But what's this road hockey rumble? Like that sounds right up my alley. I can you just give me the cold? Everyone that's listening over here across the nation or continent probably. Just give us the rundown of what this is and how you and Connor played a piece in this.
Oh geez. Road hockey rumble. Well, when I was going to UBC for my teaching degree, I met a couple of guys who were in the film department, and after graduating, they pitched this reality. It was back in the days of Jackass and all those reality shows. They kind of jumped on that bandwagon, and they created this show that they were going to go across Canada and draft teams in all these different towns and play a game of road hockey. And then the losing player of those two guys had to have a major punishment. So knowing me, they figured, okay, we got a good story of the Trail Fruitvale rivalry, one-eyed goalie thing, all kinds of stupid stuff for this Jackass style show. So they came out, and the teams that they made, we had Kellen and Connor, Nutsy, and myself on the Fruitvale team. The Trail team, I can't remember.
What?
Lucha's dad.
Yeah.
There's Lucha's dad.
DJ
Ashman. Who was their goalie?
Abinante.
Yeah.
Johnny Ab.
So this is findable material here.
Hey,
yeah.
We were the pilot episode.
No, we were the first episode. We were actually the funny story. We were the ones that actually got them their contract because the network loved our show so much, and they actually ended up winning some sort of award for that episode too.
My day is now booked up, honey. I got
You're
some
on IMDb.
I got some road hockey rumbles to watch.
Yeah.
Wait, so you both of you guys, your IMDb, what do you rate it as on there? Does it work like that?
We're like 96, 97% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah.
Nice.
Simmy, it's hilarious, man. Like you watch
Yeah.
it, it is laugh out loud funny. The whole thing is so good, especially like most of all of us. It lights out.
Yeah.
I have no idea
Oh.
why they have no idea when this episode drops, that viewership of Road Hockey Rumble Pilot's gonna blow up, and they're
It
gonna be
will.
like, what's with all these hits? Like all of a sudden,
they might get their third season.
there
Yeah,
you
to
go,
reboot the
boys.
show.
But it didn't end there, right? You had a bit of a intramural hockey. I mean, intramural hockey championship. Was this some sort of controversy or something like that in 04-05 with Connor?
Oh,
Because this has been talked about a
absolutely
bit.
no controversy. It was a clear black and white victory for the teachers. It's probably really the only reason I got my job as a teacher at Crow. Yeah, pretty much it was more of a draft. I got drafted to be the teacher team's goalie.
Beautiful. And you guys crushed these kids.
Well, we definitely took home the championship. The kids team was pretty stacked. Kellen, Connor, pretty much everyone on that team either played NHL or like in the minors or at an absolute minimum like college hockey, like at Div 1 NCAA.
See, like when I as a teacher, I would do intramurals for teachers versus students. I make the students still use those plastic ones, like the
they can bring their own sticks.
But I'm like, no, I'm a wood. No, but I just tricked the kids. You can't because you're not over 19, so you have to use this plastic stick. And I'm out there snapping away with my, Sherwood with a plastic blade on it.
Yeah, your Sherwood 5350.
That's how you do it. Unlike Jake with the flaros.
Oh, man, that's a good twig.
Than anyone in the KHL history. He won Player of the Week, and he was loading up on flaros. And if it was nowadays with the internet, I think this guy could have went and sold these things for triple the money. He was every game, and the flaro guy used to show up sometimes too with like sweatpants on and be like, remember the flaro guy he would present it to you in the change room after. He had like sweatpants with a mustard stain on his shirt. Just a regular dude watching the game. He's like, I'm the head of flaro and our player of the game today. I'm sitting there going, oh, I was only -1. Maybe I might get the flaro. And Jake Morissette gets another 2-pack of flaros.
That was a good twig. A guy. We had a good relationship with the flaro man.
Yeah, he knew something about you, eh? Oh, buddy. So with coaching, how did that kind of all evolve after? Obviously, you played a big part in coaching and alumni. Like, is it something that you were interested in before? Was it part of your getting a job as a teacher? Did you have to slide that in there a bit? And
it's the typical Terry Jones talking you into it. But it was my first year teaching. Yeah, Terry just, hey, what do you think about helping me coach the Twins midget rep team? I was like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. I'll help you out. Little did I know we had back-to-back morning practices in Fruitvale, and at the time I was living in Trail. I was like, oh, this is great. So all winter I'm getting up at 4:30 in the morning so I can get out to the rink in BV for morning practices. So that started there. Coach the Twins, probably why Connor made it to the show. Really, those formative years are so important.
We had quite the team.
Yeah. That was a heck of a team.
I played with like pretty much everybody that I ever grew up with, like Garrett Fergie, Vex, Posmus, and that. Like I think we won. We didn't lose for like 3 months. Like it was for a BV team. It was insane to me.
Yeah. So then, so did that, and then a year or two later, I just told Terry, I was like, "Oh, you guys ever end up getting a goalie coach?" And he's like, "No, we've never actually had a straight up goalie coach." So that got me on board and started helping out with the goalies, and then a year after that, then I was on the bench. We were helping with the D, and before long, I was kind of the almost like the backup coach, back to my usual routine where someone's away, someone's busy because we all got our day jobs. I'd slide in and help out, and
did you ever slide in and drive the bus?
No, I never did drive the bus. That's one job I never actually did, and I could never cover Petixi. That guy was just too amazing.
Well, he was always there too.
Yeah,
Your hands are a little too soft.
yeah, I got way too soft hands.
So what? Hey, Mike, what year was that? First year. So that was 2007 then, and then like,
Yeah,
what are the memories.
right after you. Yeah.
Yeah, what are
So-
some of those memories of coaching? Like, I know talking to some of the guys, they talking about Jake Luch,
Oh,
playoffs. Like,
I got a good story about Luch in the playoffs. Yeah.
so go ahead.
We were. It was the 2012 year that we won the KI, and Luch was finished playing. His midget team was done, so we could call him up permanently. And I can't remember. Someone took like a check from behind and got kicked out, so Luch serve it. So he's right. I'm at the defense end. It's the second period, and he's in the penalty box right beside me. And I look at the clock and I see there's only about 15 seconds left. I say, Luch, in the bench. And we'll, I can't remember who we had right at the door ready to jump on, because this is Luch's like first game with us. I'm like, I'm not throwing this kid out there. It's a 1-goal game. And he just looks at me, he says, I'm just going to do a quick loop and then I'll come in. I think the puck's going to pop out. Sure enough, he steps on the ice and the puck comes sliding right between the other team's D, right on his stick, and he cuts in, dangles the goalie, makes the goalie look like an absolute fool, scores, and he comes back to the bench with this big shit-eating grin on his face, staring at me, and I was just like, you little prick.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Jake,
yeah,
whenever Jakey used to have to come serve a penalty, and he'd get called like Jake, I remember like Morissette, Jake, like get right in here, we're gonna put forward. He'd be like, I can't hear you, and he'd go on the ice and he'd just ruin a third liner shift. I'd be like, you just pretend you couldn't hear, and he's like, because Jake is one of those guys that he wore like he loved earpieces,
Okay.
right? He kept his
There we
earpieces
go.
in,
There
and he
we
actually
go.
had like the full earpieces like the little
Yeah.
kids have now.
Did I?
Because he didn't want he doesn't he didn't want his ears to get cold. He told me his ears got cold during games.
I'm surprised Jake didn't wear one of those fish bubble masks too.
Yeah,
All right. Let's
like
lay
those
off a
moon
little bit
helmets,
here. You got to
the
be
big moon
comfortable
helmets
out
with
there.
yeah, he had the.
Feeling good, looking good.
Your
You
ears
gotta be
still get cold
comfortable.
though during the winter months, Jake.
My ears get cold. Well, yeah, it's the winter, so they get cold.
There you go. So you had some pretty historic, like a lot of amazing players who might come through, right? Like obviously some of these players that you've seen, and is there any ones that you that you like that you just knew were going to be at the next level for some of these players that you've coached or been a part of?
Geez, I don't know. Like I always remember like Dow Calvin, his skill level was just insane. Scotty Davidson, another one. Luch, just the amount of confidence Luch always had. I was like, oh geez, this kid just doesn't want to get off the ice. This little 16-year-old AP rookie in the middle of playoffs. Yeah, there's too many to list.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Well, that's good. You talk about some of the past players, and I think what kind of brought on us doing these calls was the alumni. And I know that there's a few years back, or I don't know how long ago, but there was some alumni games, and there was usually some shenanigans that would go on at these things. I think we had a bit of a staple within our team. We had Simi and myself. Usually Bones would be on the squad.
Yeah.
With
Draker was
Cameron
on our
Nett.
team.
Was our line mate Jake, and I got to place myself with you on a line for once.
Yeah.
That alumni tournament that Jonesy had the brilliant idea for. That one was something.
The more beer you drink, the better you play, huh?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you know, Con. I
do.
don't think you and Kel haven't won an alumni game
I
yet.
don't think I've scored a goal on you before. Like, I remember I played when I must have been 18, and I was like, I got a decent amount of goals this year. I haven't scored yet on Mike. And you say after, you're like, well, I've had around 20, 25 beers, so I no one's scored on me.
I think you're probably, because Jake and Mike and Mike's team, we came out with the 5-0 trap.
Yeah. The 5-0
Dump-
Thunder.
The 5
Game
dump
4
and
on the
chase,
second day of the
full
tournament.
back, left wing, right wing, center lock. But there was one where we had a longer break than anticipated.
Oh yeah. I think that was
Jonesy should have known this.
strategic by
Maybe he did it on
Jonesy.
purpose, but he gave our team a 2-game break.
And he brought us a flat of beer.
Yeah, but I think
there.
you were the ringleader on this one,
Yeah.
and went and got game 2's beer as well.
Can we have our next game's beer before it?
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea.
I think that was a game where they ended up shortening the clock. So it was getting a little ugly on the ice.
Yeah.
The
I think
insurance
Bones
waivers
stood
were
on
all
the
signed.
boards and jumped on the ice, and then they're like, I think we'll just wrap this one up.
Straight back to the change room, everybody.
Yeah.
No, those
That's
are
enough.
great times. So let's kind of chat quickly here about the Alumni, how it's going, because you're a really big part of that. What we got coming up, obviously everyone should know by now. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic time, but you guys be putting a lot of work into this, and I know Connor's out there, and Mike, you're there, and a lot of people are getting together, and hopefully, bringing back some great memories and helping, also one of the things that we do as alumni, we want to help this team continue to move forward and show what a great family after playing that everyone has.
Well, so far we had last year's scholarship winner, Brennan Willie. He got the first ever Nighthawk Alumni Scholarship Award to help him out. He's at Okanagan College, still playing there. And we've got the big golf tournament coming up. I believe that has filled right up in terms of the golf. The banquet's getting
Victor
pretty.
Kozlov.
There it is. Victor
Kozlov played for the Islanders and Sharks, and
just Googled it.
No, that's right here. Old Vicky Koz. Okay, sorry about that, boys.
That's way more important.
We can continue on now. You guys got to get on this puck doku after. I'll send you. We'll throw the link there. It's not mine, Jake. Okay, so the tournament's filled up.
Filled up as far as I know for golfing. I think we got 80 golfers, and the banquet's very quickly turning into a very big banquet. Should be a blast. Got some
game 2 beers coming out before game 1 or type blast.
That type of blast. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then there's a few people being honored. The new, I believe we're calling it the Hall of Fame, where we're going to be adding in people who have made major contributions to the team, whether that's on the ice or off the ice. So it should be a blast. Should be a lot of fun.
I do wish I could be there. Looks amazing, and this is what it's all about. I think the people there are going to be having some good times and some good laughs and some good memories, and I'm sure it's gonna really bring back that feeling what it is to be a Nighthawk and that. So I'm really proud of being a Hawk. I think everyone here feels the same, and you guys have a great time at the event.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I mean, we got guys from year 1 to 2018, so it's gonna be a great time. We've all kind of worked really hard on it, and definitely looking forward to getting you and Jake there next year. And actually, Mike, you're not coming either.
Yeah. I unfortunately have my my big salmon fishing trip.
Right.
Already had it scheduled and bought and paid for and everything. So
that's one where they go just put it right on the hook for you, so you can actually catch one.
Yeah, pretty much actually. Yeah.
Right from the grocery store.
Yeah, they got a scuba diver down there just hooking them on for me.
Connor, you got to hold the fort. Connor, you hold the fort down for all the for the podcast, boys, eh?
I will.
Yeah,
next year we got to get a live show. I think next year at the banquet.
Yeah,
I mean,
big time.
I can't see what could possibly go wrong. What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
Better do that one early in the day.
We have to do it from Mike's basement.
Oh yeah, we can do it in the bar.
Yeah. What could possibly
When
go wrong?
Don Cherry had Grapevine, right?
Yeah.
All righty, boys. We'll end it on that one. You guys, it's great seeing you, everybody. Jake, go get caught up on those couple hours that you got on us, and Connor, get a bit more sleep. Mike, great seeing you, buddy.
You too, Sim.
Yeah, thanks, guys. That was good.
Yeah, that's good. Great work, everybody. All right, Mike, I'll see you later, eh?
You got her. I'll text you guys. We'll be over.
Good. Okay.
See you, fellas.
Hi, listeners. This is former Nighthawks player and captain Morgan Peace from the 2017 to 2020 seasons. I hope you're enjoying the show. Make sure to follow us on social media at BV Nighthawks Alums and to visit our website at bvnighthawksalum.ca.